Listening to American sports analysts, it's evident that Jamaica's Kishane Thompson and Oblique Seville have the Americans in a state of panic as we approach the Paris Olympic Games in the men's 100 meters. I believe even the American sprinters must be slightly concerned. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. Are you ready? Yep. Good to go. Well, Kishane Thompson and Oblique Seville had the world in a tizzy in the finals of the men's 100 meters at the Jamaican National Championships 2024. To be frank, Kishane Thompson's 9.77 run was a terrifying look at an athlete running at 50 to 60% and running one of the top 10 fastest times in the history of mankind. I should remind you that when Asafa Pearl broke the world record he set was 9.77 seconds. So this was terrifying. Now, I've been perusing the American sports analysts, particularly the track analysts, and I'm telling you, they're in a state of panic regarding the men's 100 meters. With the top three Jamaican men running 9.77 first, Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville 9.82 and in second place, and Akeem Blake running 9.92 in third. I really believe the Americans are in a state of panic.
Men's 100 meter final. Set. Up. Seville and Thompson got away like rockets. Seville looks imperious. Thompson looks imperious and commanding as well. Kishane Thompson steps to the fore and gets there. 9.73. Oh, goodness gracious me. It's a new stadium record. New world leading. Absolutely.
When Noah Laz, the U.S. top sprinter in both 100 and 200 meters, was informed about Kishane Thompson's insane 9.77, he apparently, it's reported that he said, "I hope he remains healthy." Now, two of my favorite sports analysts out of the United States, one of course is Justin Gatlin, did this breakdown of Seville as well as Kishane Thompson's 100 meter run in the men's finals at the Jamaican National Championships. Posting their new RSG episode, they posted USA trials put on a great show, but Jamaica trials had some amazing moments that definitely didn't disappoint. At I am Kishane _ showed us that he was a contender last season with a 9.85. He definitely has up the odds with an impressive 9.77, slowing down at the line. With 4 weeks to go, will I am Kishane _ be the best fit for the top of the podium and keep the Jamaican sprint tradition alive? I'll be there in person to witness. Will you?
The way Kishane ran that 9.77, bro. Listen, and what he said his coach told him to do, it's scary because once he clears Oblique Seville, he's looking at the clock. He's looking directly at the clock with 40 meters to go, and maybe 5 meters before they come through the line, he shuts it down. That right there is scary. Now, if he did it at 9.8, 9.9, I'd be like, okay. But he did that at 9.77. Just remember, 9.76 put you in the top 10 all time. This dude just did that.
When I saw that, he made me uncomfortable, dog. I was like, whew, hold on now. You slow down with a 9.77, dog? It's about to get crazy out here. Seriously.
Even Kishane Thompson said quite clearly in previous interviews, I'm not gonna put it in here, that he was running at 60% because that's what his coach, Stephen Francis, told him to do. So he was running at 60%, and just as the gentleman pointed out in that brief clip, you can see in the finals, go back and look at the race, that after he clears Oblique Seville and at first 60 meters, all he's doing is looking at the clock. And I wouldn't even say 5 meters out, I'd say 7 meters out, he almost stops running. So it's just sheer momentum that carries him through that line. And man runs 9.77. 9.77. Yeah, I can understand why they're panicked. because there's no one in the USA team or anywhere else, as far as I know of, who can run anything close to that. Now, Oblique Seville. When Oblique Seville beat Noah Lyles at the Racers Grand Prix, he trounced him, and it was evident that Lyles was unsettled.
Racers Grand Prix, the men's blue ribbon event, the marquee event, the set position. Lyles got a cracking start. Hughes, Seville and Oman Yala trying to stay with them. Seville is running a stout race. Lyles coming by him. Oblique Seville produces a stunning performance.
I watched several interviews of Noah Lyles, and this was the best in terms of him getting his act together. This was a good while after the race. He was able to process, and he still admitted that they had been anticipating this from Oblique Seville. Now, at the end, he puts on a little Noah Lyles bravado saying, you know, yeah, he beat him once, but he'll beat him. There is no way. No way. I don't see Noah Lyles beating Oblique Seville ever again in 100 meters, certainly not for the rest of this season. I don't see how that could happen. It's not plausible. I mean, he didn't beat him. He trounced the crap out of him. I mean, he had time to slow down, look back at him, and ran 9.82, which means he could easily have run a sub 9.80 had he ran right through the line. And I'm telling you, this young man, Noah Lyles, panicked. Listen.
After the gun was fired, I mean, I had to say, you know, I'm in this. I have to go. There's no second gun, so I have to treat it like it's my all. So I went out there and I did exactly what I was doing in the back, and I felt like I executed everything from the 40. You know, I might have got a tad long on the last 10 meters, but you know, when you're chasing, you know, you tend to do that. So I got to get back to my old ways and making sure that I don't try and go chasing people. You know, I stay within myself in the last 10 meters, and you know, it's always good to have competition because that's the type of energy that it brings. You know, it points out your weaknesses so you can go back and fix them.
Speaking about the competition, Oblique, it was an impressive run by many.
Yeah.
About his performance.
I think everybody's been kind of waiting for him to do that. You know, we saw him run a bunch of 9.86s in the rounds back and at World Championships. You know, a lot of people, including myself, was expecting them to probably grab a medal at Budapest, and even going back to 2022. You know, we were expecting that as well. So, you know, I kind of knew that these next few races he was going to drop something. You know, he's already been PRing in the 200 and in the 400. So, again, it was expected to see something come up.
And does it feel like a rivalry between the both of you now since, you know, a race on his own? So, yeah, you got the better.
How many other people have beat me once? How many other people have lost me many? All right, let's leave it there.
Like you know.
All right.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. I know that some of you are going to think that I'm just being patriotic and emotional, but I'm not. Kishane Thompson ran 9.77, one of the top 11 times in the world for men, period, historically. He ran hard for the first 60, shut it down, and almost came to a stop 10 meters out. And he ran 9.77, people. He was looking at the clock the entire time. What he did was terrifying. In other words, what can he do if he runs all out for the entire 100 meters? What happens if he doesn't shut down? Of course they're panicking. I mean, I respect, one of the things I like about Justin Gatlin's podcast is that they're very balanced and they're very honest. They admit it. It's terrifying. And if Noah Lyles was panicked about Oblique Seville, and he was, because people Oblique Seville could have easily ran a sub 9.8 that day. Easily. And I'm telling you, he will run a sub 9.8. He's in sub 9.8 form. I think he can also run a 9.77. I mean, racers he slowed down. And I'm not sure if he ran 100 at the Jamaican National Trials also. I'm really not sure. I kind of think he's shut down also. So, yeah, the American analysts and the athletes are panicked because just looking on, their best athlete is Noah Lyles, and I do not see Noah Lyles running a sub 9.80 this year. Maybe in another time, but I just don't see it happening. At the trials, he was heavily pressed by Kenny Benerick. He had to work, and he hit his PB, which he ran last year, 9.83. He may be able to go a 9.81, maybe a 9.80, but I don't see a sub 9.80 in his legs. I'm so sorry. I might be very wrong. Now, let me address something else very quickly. A few of you have been saying we're putting pressure on Kishane Thompson. Are you nuts? That's his job as an athlete. He anticipates this. And he has the guru, Stephen Francis, with him. Stephen Francis doesn't just work on their physical attributes, he works on their mentality. So he'll be fine. He knows he has a target on his back. But like I said, if a man jogs 9.7, not jogs, but runs hard for the first 60 and shuts it down and runs 9.77, I think everyone should really be afraid. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, hit the like button. Remember your royals, kings and queens. Bless up.